New York City Mayor Eric Adams had made some of his strongest comments yet on his concerns about the unending flow of migrants coming to the city, warning it would upend neighborhoods and continue to strain resources. Hey guys, it's Lady T. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this topic, if you like videos on news, celebrity gossip, trending topics, and much more, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload a video like this. Now, let's get into this news story. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said on Wednesday that the migrant crisis will destroy the city, and he reiterated his call for more state and federal help to address the soaring numbers. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. Now again, people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City, Adams said at a town hall meeting on Wednesday evening.
Madman down in Texas decided he wanted to bus people up to New York City. 110,000 migrants. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. And this team here, we stated, let's do everything possible before we have to push it out into neighborhoods and communities. Month after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. Well, we're here. We're here. We're getting no support on this national crisis, and we're receiving no support. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian-speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We got a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted.
Adams have repeatedly called the Biden administration and the New York state government to help the city navigate the migrant crisis. His office said on Wednesday that more than 110 asylum seekers have arrived in the city since spring of 2022. New York City have already received $140 million in federal funding for shelters, which is more than any other city not on the southwest border. The White House told New York Governor Kathy Hochul that it cannot send any more federal assistance to the state, blaming congressional huddles for the inability. Adams announced a new placement of a humanitarian emergency response and relief center Wednesday in Long Island City, which will first be used to provide shelter for up to 330 single men. It will eventually be expanded to a house nearly 1,000 asylum seekers when at full capacity. With an average of more than 10,000 asylum seekers arriving in our city every month and nearly 60,000 migrants currently in our care, New York City has stepped up to meet the challenge in this humanitarian crisis, but we need additional support to keep pace, Adams said in a statement. The transition of the site into a new humanitarian relief center at Estelle Place is an important next step in our efforts to do our part. But as we have said month after month, only more support from our state and federal partners and real policy change in Washington will truly address this crisis, he said. I have a great solution. Send their asses back. Problem solved. We have an affordable housing crisis, homelessness problem. People are struggling to pay bills, keep food on the table, buy medicine, get their basic needs. The list goes on and on. But somehow they found the resources and funds for migrants. Honestly, it shouldn't have even gotten to this point. They should have stopped accepting these migrants months ago when it first gave hint of turning to a crisis. I have been saying this for years. Something should have been done years ago when it comes down to immigration laws. I'm all for you wanting the best for yourself, for your family, but if you want to come to America, do it the right way. This country can't continue to bring every Tom, Dick, and Harry into this country. You have to look at the overall picture. We have a healthcare issue. As it is, we can't even get doctors and nurses. We have a shortage. Then you have a lot of hospitals that are closing. I just was on reading an article online about how some areas don't even have gynecologists. Then there are schools. You have a lot of schools that have teacher shortages. You have an overflowing of students in a classroom. It should not be no more than 15 kids in the classroom. Then you have diseases and illnesses. Some of those diseases and stuff that was in their country, and now they come here, then they find their way in America. Then you have terrorists. You have the crime. You have the R words creeping around here assaulting people. You have the drug cartel. And again, the list goes on and on. This is a mess, and it's only going to get worse by the day. America is not the dream it portrays itself to be, but immigrants should know that by now. Yet, here we are. Mayor Adams, no, the New York people is not going to get together on this. The people have told you this was not a good idea, and you disregarded them. You gaslight them, and you continue to let illegal immigrants into the city. He completely disregarded the homeless population to house the illegals. He was willing to pay landlords thousands of dollars to house illegals instead of making changes for the current homeless people here. How are you going to make sure illegals have work, get housing, free housing, food stamps, free medical, free clothes and shoes, free metro cards and other things over a U.S. citizen or resident of New York who lost their jobs, who can't afford public transportation, have food insecurities for people who don't even belong here? You could go on TikTok right now and see how many people have done videos of saying that they're struggling. And some of these people have decent jobs, but they can't afford the rent. The rent is so high. Trying to make it. And these are U.S. citizens that can't get help, but you constantly bringing in illegals that can get help right away, or you sending money overseas. Mayor Adams have been very complicit about this crisis. This is the same man that was welcoming them and talking about how we're a nation of immigrants. He should have called a bus company, load them up, packed them up some brown bag lunches and some bottled water, and sent them back to the border. As much as I hate to say it, other states see what border states was dealing with for years. Illegal immigration hurt more poverty-stricken citizens because illegal immigrants move in their neighborhoods. Some build and open businesses, but they mostly cater to their own people. Honestly, I can't think of an area or neighborhood that was embraced or improved by an influx of illegal immigrants in my metropolitan area. Not to mention them being unlicensed. New York City homeless population pre-invasion was creating tent cities wherever they could because the city, state, and federal government did not care about them. Now, magically, they can find money for illegals. It has to be said time and time again, a large percentage of those individuals do not qualify for asylum, though they should not be getting these benefits. The money should have went to getting immigration judges to process the denied claims on the spot. It's not that they are not getting money from the federal government. They are clearly getting money from them. It's more that either due to the sheer number of people who have arrived already and are continuing to arrive, or due to mismanagement. The money that they have or are receiving have proved that their needs are not being met. 110,000 people is basically a city worth of people. It's going to take a lot of money to seemingly integrate that many people into the community. Furthermore, there doesn't seem to be a consistent federal plan on how to support these states that are being flooded by migrants. They seem to be giving money here and there when they probably should have set up a more consistent funding system. All right, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this story. So let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And as always, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And thanks for watching.